Okay, 40K enthusiasts. Part 2, deployment, refused flank. We're looking at two types of deployment models in 40K that look to leverage an advantage, look to give you an advantage at the beginning of the game, before the game even starts. And up in the archive, if you're coming through this with a recommended video or, search 40K deployment, 40K strategies, 40K tactics, you don't need to listen to part 1. But it's got some good info in it because you can switch back and forth nicely between these two deployment models. And that is up on my channel, the main page. There are playlists for all the various systems and for 40K. So that's going to help you to navigate there. If I take my army and I put it in the center of the table, not that it's bad to deploy in the center of the table, it's just different. If I put my army, my Samhan Warhost, very, very fast, jet bikes, Vipers, Wave Serpents, all mech'd up. If I put it in the center of the table, even with that speed, you can attack me from the left side or the right side. I mean, you can come straight on, but if you attack me straight on and you lock me down, you can outflank me. You can attack my flanks, the left or right side. Refused flank means I deny you that one side. I take my army and I park it either on the left or the right side of the table. What this means is that now you can't outflank me at all. You have to attack head on, or you have to attack from the one side on there, and I can shift my army on there. I am refusing your flank. Tactically, I need to always have one side of the gaming table on one side of my army, if we can visualize that. And underneath this podcast, there's a link down to my blog, and you can search through there, the archives for 40K deployment options, and it will kind of have some diagrams and a little bit more detail than we can do in this podcast for visualization. But with my army, if I start out on my right side, as the battle continues, I want to move up the right side of the table. Then I want to move up to your deployment zone, so the top of the table, and I want to move across there. And if I make it across there, then I want to start moving down my left side of the table or your right side of the table. As I move, as best I can, I'm always refusing the flank. What this is going to do is maximize my firepower. It is going to allow me to shoot the most of my army and gang up on one or two individual units, talking about target priority, because you can only attack me from one direction. Physically, you can't get to the other side of the gaming table. That's kind of one of the rules there of 40K. Now, I'm not always exactly on the center. I might move to the left a little bit, or I might move out a little bit. Things might change with that. I have to, of course, take into account of terrain and mission objectives, but this is a way to maximize my firepower, maximize my movement, maximize my assault from deployment, pushing out, getting that advantage, and doing my best to leverage 2, 3, 4 of my units on one of your units, or 2 of your units. And with my Samhan Warhost, as an example, my Vipers and my jet bikes always work together. They're separate units. I think of them as one unit. So they are there to tag team one of your units. If you have a group of tactical Marines or Terminators, I'm going to hit you with group of Vipers. I'm going to hit you with a group of jet bikes. If the dice don't favor me that much and I didn't take out that unit, then I've got my fire prisms in the back that are going to put that range down on there and hit you. And then I've got the Wave Serpents with the fire dragons doing what they got to do. Regardless of what edition of 40K and tinkering that Games Workshop puts around, if you don't know what to do for Eldar, just take fire dragons. Fire dragons excel at everything on there. Getting off topic, but refused flank and castling, 2 ways, regardless of army, to start to leverage and give you an advantage in 40K.